Hello, I'm Shireen, and today we are going to talk about emergency ventilator, otherwise known as e-ventilator. So this is one of the ventilator that became really useful during the COVID-19 period, and today we are going to know how to make that. First, let's start by talking about respiration, which is the start of breathing. So a ventilator helps to push air in and out of the lungs so our body can get the oxygen it needs. People wear the mask to help get oxygen from the ventilator into the lungs. So we have the lung here and another lung here, and this space is called the pleura. And what else do we have? We have ribs, and the red colored thing, the red ink that I drew here in between the ribs are called intercostal muscle. And these intercostal muscles can be two types, which are external and internal, and they play a major role in inspiration and expiration, which we will look into in the next part of the video. Next, what we have is the diaphragm. This also plays a major role in inspiration and expiration, which is breathing. And so the atmospheric pressure is around 760 millimeter of mercury, and inside the lung, which is the intrapulmonary pressure, that's also around 760 millimeter mercury. And we know that gas travels from high pressure area to low pressure area. So when the pressure inside the lung, which is the intrapulmonary pressure, drops, gases from the atmosphere, gas molecules will go into the body, which is inspiration, or when we breathe in air. And when the vice versa happens, we breathe out or expire air. Now we are going to look about more into inspiration and expiration and how the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles are playing their role in this part. So here we have the basic mechanisms of inspiration and expiration. So this is how air moves into and out of the lungs from the atmosphere. So for inspiration, the diaphragm gets contracted, and for expiration, the diaphragm gets relaxed. The opposite happens in each phase. And for inspiration also, the thoracic cavity volume increases, and for expiration it's the opposite. It decreases because we are removing air from inside our lungs to the atmosphere. So theoretically the volume is decreasing. And for inspiration also, the internal intercostal muscle relaxes and external contracts, and for expiration it's the opposite. Now, ventilator is a machine that helps our lungs work. It can be a life-saving machine if we have a condition that makes it hard for us to breathe properly. So emergency ventilator is what some researchers came up with to help people during the COVID situation. So here we are going to design an e-ventilator. So here we have some sensors, mega Arduino motor, and the connections shown here. So this is the hardware part, and then we're going to move on to the coding part. First we go to quick start device, and then we start to add all the buttons, sliders, and whatever components we need depending on our functions. So let's add them one by one, and then select the data stream that we are going to set up in the computer web, which we are going to show in the later part. So let's complete this template. Okay, so here on the web we go to edit dashboard, and then we go to the data streams and add the data streams one by one. So here we can see the terminal, vent on, assist mode, gauge, IE ratio and all that. So for IE ratio we set the data type as integer and the pin as V9, which we will also select on the Blink application. And then for respiration rate, we set the pin as V5, and for minimum we set 80, maximum we set 40, and that's we can set a default value if we want as well, and the data type should be integer. We made all the changes and then click on save. For vent on, also we set a name and then the pin number and then the data type and minimum and maximum number. 0 means off, 1 means on, and integer. Assist mode is similar to the vent on mode, pin, data type and minimum, maximum and the default value of 0, and then we save all the changes. For gauge also we set it at V4 and then integer type, and we can also set a minimum and maximum value and a default value of 0 and save our changes. After that, save and apply. Okay, now we to connect our to make our device online, we need to copy all this from here and then paste it on the Arduino code. So this is the part that will make our device online, and then we have our token number, which is from the upper part, and then we have the Wi-Fi password and the Wi-Fi name, and next we have all the variables that we are going to use: respiration rate, inspiration time, expiration time, IE ratio, and then we have the functions that we are going to need. In void setup, we set the baud rate at 9600, and then we have other variables, vent on and mode. So initially we set the vent on as 0, which means the ventilator will not move initially, and then if you click on the button it will change to 1. And mode is also 0, so we did not turn the assist mode yet. If we turn on the assist mode it will be 1, but for default when we started it will be 0. So for this one, this is for the serial monitor. Between A and B we will have our respiration rate, B and C we will have our tidal volume, C and D mode, D and E IE ratio, E and F vent on. So this will be shown in our serial monitor in this order. And okay, and then we have another code here. So this is for the Arduino. The before one was for the ESP32 connection with the Blink, and now we have for this one, which we have a sensor HX711, and then we have Kalman filter, which will filter out all the noise, and then we have our motor and all the pins that are related to the motor, and then we have the same variables also. 23 and 25 are the pin numbers which are connected to the motors, 23 and 25 on the Mega Arduino. And then all our variables the same as before, but we have some more here. And this is for what we are going to show. So now here we have, if we click on vent on and mode equals to 0, the ventilator will run. But when the mode is on and the ventilator is on, the ventilator will only run when we suck in, when we breathe in. So here we have a short demonstration. So when the mode Now let's see for the assist mode. So we turn on mode and then we turn on assist mode. Now the ventilator should stop moving, and when you breathe in, it will start moving again. So this is helping the patient to breathe in and out whenever he needs it, and it's not constantly moving in and out. And then when you turn it off, it starts moving again because vent on is on.